Hey Saul, good morning. Rob Cesternino, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Rob. I'm talking to you, man. Like you're one of my favorite people. So yeah, I'm
Oh,
doing great.
Saul! Oh my God,
Yes,
what a
that's right,
compliment!
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Saul, we're all very upset this morning about what happened last night. Could you talk about what was it like living through that live tribal council?
Dude, it was crazy. I mean, you know that there's a very good chance you're going home, yet you've had a lot of conversations to make you believe maybe you're not going home, enough to the point where I don't play my shot in the dark. What was crazy about the whole thing is that it happened so fast. It felt like maybe 10 minutes before we're going to tribal council is when I found out that, dude, you're going home tonight. And so it was just pure chaos. My mind is racing at tribal council. I'm not even hearing Jeff talk I'm just wondering, okay, when can I go over there and start to strategize to know who's going home? So it was crazy, man.
So Sam comes to you and says it's going to be you. What are you trying to do in the scramble back at the beach?
So Sam tells me it's me. I'm shocked. Like I have no clue. In fact, I'll never forget it. Um, I go, what? Me? And my at home, like if I had that all, if I were at home and it were just me and they were someone shoots me a text and says you're going home, I would have sat there and thought strategically, what can I do? But Sam, he pulls me, he's like, yo, we got to go flip the votes right now. And so that was the mission, to go get my people, Andy, Rachel, who they already know that they're voting me. I don't know that. And even Teeny's going like, how do they even have the numbers here? Like, do you remember that comment last
Yeah.
night? And
Yeah.
so we're kind of trying to do the math, and we're going, somebody flipped on me. I don't know who did it though, so I can't talk to everybody about this. And so that's when their acting skills show up, and they make me feel like, okay, we're gonna vote whoever you want. And in the end, it was a clean sweep on Saul.
Okay. So you're watching this episode last night, and how surprised are you to see that Genevieve, who has been with you at Lavo, is the person who's sort of the ringleader of let's get Saul out?
Yeah, last night I knew I because at tribal council, I went back. They show me going over to the other side one time, but I went back over there like three times. It was back and forth, back and forth. And the last time I had went over there, Teeny goes, Genevieve did this, and I go, what? Let's get Genevieve. And Teeny says, no, we cannot write Genevieve's name down. And at that point, Teeny had decided they found out, all right, the plan is we're all voting Saul.
Yeah.
And so if I write Genevieve's name down, Genevieve's going to feel like that Teeny had, told me to do that. And so, yeah, I wasn't surprised last night, but in the moment when I found out, I did another, what? Like, definitely did one of those.
Why do you feel like Genevieve really wanted to go after you in the game? That she talked about how that, that there was the issues with Rome was her ally, but is that all there was?
No, not at all. It's actually probably very little to do with it. The reason Genevieve got me out is because she recognized that I was in with everybody. Everyone, everyone had had their name mentioned to potentially get voted out, but me. Everyone wanted to work with me, and she was the one smart enough to see that, and so she was stealth about it, just like her other votes with like Keyshawn, and got my ass.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
What happened to the SSA? We were all excited.
Oh, we
The
got to fire their asses. I mean, they don't know how to do a job. You know?
Kyle and Rachel and
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, guys, do your job. If you're in the SSA, if I hire you, keep it going. And no, they all had to do what's best for themselves. I mean, like I'm seeing Andy and Genevieve talking on the beach. Like I had no clue that that was going on, you know. Rachel saving her own self so she could be in on the plan. Like they're terrible at their jobs for the SSA.
Okay. I want to go back to the tribal council where you ended up saving Rachel. Do you feel like that decision in any way impacted what ends up happening to you in this last episode?
I wouldn't say it impacted me, but it didn't do anything for me. In
Hmm.
fact, it did nothing for me. Like I thought giving the vote that to Rachel was going to be something that I'm going to use till the end.
Yeah.
And it lasted one episode. It
Yeah.
lasted one vote.
You had a lot of decisions that you could have made with that advantage. Have
Yeah.
you replayed that and thought about making a different decision with what you do with the advantage that you found?
Well, now that I know the outcome, I absolutely would have done something different. Like I probably would have given it to Tiana
Yeah.
because Tiana and I were super tight, and the fact that and Rachel and I were super tight. There's a reason why I gave that to Rachel. Rachel and I were close, and I wanted to save her. I mean, but it was the same with Tiana. They're both amazing, cool girls, and I connected with both of them. So that was one of the downfalls. I remember that when Tiana went home, I was like, damn, I lost an ally. And so I could have given it to Tiana. She wants to get Gabe out. But that's the thing. Gabe also was kind of my ally. Like I was kind of, it was tough because I literally was in with everybody.
Were you
In
surprised, yeah, that Gabe went along with the plan? It seemed like that you two had a decent
very
bond.
much so. Very
Yeah.
much so. But Gabe, he's smart, man. He's a smart Survivor player. So I won't say too much, but he's a thinker, and there's
Okay.
a reason why he did that.
Okay. Now, do you feel like any part of it was that your burps were so intimidating that he said he felt like half of a man with the little tiny burps that only he was
Yeah.
able to produce?
That's why I went home because Gabe was so hurt.
Intimidated.
Yeah, so intimidated, so threatened by my burping abilities that he's like, we got to get this dude out. I mean, he's going to win this game. I mean, do you hear how loud that burp is? Like, and it's a smart move. I just said Gabe is a strategic player.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about what it was like living with Rome?
Um, Not sure if like any of you guys have like lived in a fraternity or whatever,
Hmm.
but you got the one roommate that nobody wants to be around and annoys the hell out of you, and he's there 24/7. That's one way I would put it. You're in this small space and he's there all the time. COVID's happening, so you can't leave. So he's just right there. And it's awful.
So you did pretty well in the auction last week. Could you talk a little bit about that pie? How did you finish the whole thing?
I didn't finish the whole thing. I did do some damage. Um, I wanted to finish the whole thing because so I could say that I did it, but no, I had half of it. The one thing about the auction though, what was really cool for me is that the first item, the chips,
Yeah.
Jeff goes, he's never done it this way, where the first one to $60 wins these chips. And usually it's all right, bid on these chips, right?
Hmm.
And so when he says that, there's like 3 seconds of silence. And I figured it out. I'm like, $60. And he's like, sold. And no one really kind of understood it because he threw us a little bit of a curveball. When you watch it, it makes it sound like he goes, someone buy this for $60. And I go, $60. That's not how it kind of went down. There's this little bit of a delay. And then I answer it. So the thing about this game, though, too, is that I was the one who got that answer, right? So as I'm eating those chips, I'm like, did I just make my target bigger? Because I figured that out faster than anybody. It's like that's what this game does to you. It just makes you think about every single move that you do. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I ate.
You never know. So
Yeah.
you were partners with Teeny. I don't think we got to see in the episode that selection process. Did you want to partner up with Teeny for a particular
Oh,
reason?
Rob, it's one of my favorite moments of this game, how that happened. So immediately after Teeny reads the instructions, she puts her thing down in front of everybody and goes, "Does anybody want to be my partner?" And I go, "I'll be your partner, Teeny." And she goes, "Thanks, Saul." And it was just like this cute, like we're best friends in the game, and we were actually the first two to partner. Like we were the one to set the tone for everybody else. And it was a very, very cool moment.
Yeah. What was your relationship like with Teeny?
I was drawn to Teeny from the moment that I saw her. Like, she's my best friend in the game. She came over, her mom came over last night. They stayed with me. We watched the episode together. She's one of my favorite people on this earth. Her heart is incredibly warm. Um, she's just the best.
You know, so many people are quite upset to see you out of the game. You have quite the following. What's been your reaction to seeing the fandom's response to you?
Rob, it's crazy. I mean, I've never gone through this before. And initially, it's like, hey, well, what about my castmates? You know, they're all amazing too. Like, give them some love. And then you kind of struggle with that a little bit. Why, you know, and then you just kind of realize, like, dude, this is so special. Like, this is, um, I talk to myself a lot in my own head, and I push myself a lot. Like, dude, you can do this. You can do that. There's very, very little negative self-talk. And then when you read all this stuff, it just makes it like that much stronger. And so it's a gift. It's a gift that that I'm reading all this stuff, because, you know, it's like it's fuel for my fire.
And I haven't even
Yeah.
checked in with Stephen Fishback this morning. I hope that he's going to be okay.
My man, Steven. I love that guy.
Yeah. And then could you talk to me about what was your vision for getting to the final three? Did you have like a couple of names that you envisioned sitting next to you in the final three?
The dream was the Lavo 3. Like, we wanted to do it. Um, we talked about it. They don't show it. We talked about it. We thought everybody was in. We were in such a great position. Like, both tribes wanted to pick us off. And really, that was kind of what I had envisioned in this game of what we could do. Like, I remember even at the very, very beginning when we lose Asia, it's like, okay, if we lose anybody else, we're going to potentially be at the bottom, but that's good because no one
Yeah.
ever goes after the bottom. And so, yeah, it was like this is working out perfectly. I had a moment out there on the island when that's going through my head at a point after the merge.
So take me back to the decision that got made at the last episode that there were three names on the table, Sam, Sierra, and Rachel. You were very adamant you did not want to lose Rachel. Can you take us through how that final decision got made that it was going to be Sierra?
Dude, I'm so glad you brought this up because I had forgotten about this. So Sierra's a nurse, okay? And I'm in sales. But I didn't want to tell anybody I'm a sales rep. So I said I was a patient care coordinator. And she's asking me about my job and the things that I was describing a nurse would do. And she's like, oh, she had asked me prior, she knew I had a marketing degree. And she's like, wow, you do all this and you're not even a nurse. And she did one of these like, huh. And I said, oh, damn, she just caught my ass. And so, and after talking to her about it, no, she was just thought it was really interesting. So I'm like, I got to get Sierra out. She's going to rat me out to all these people that I'm lying about my job. So, I mean, that was one element of it, but that's something that I haven't talked about. So yeah, it was that. And then the duo between Sam and Sierra, it was strong. Like, we knew they were a pair. So those are the two things really.
Okay. And then, Saul, could you reveal to us who is the person that you played Survivor with that has not seen the Karate Kid?
I think it was I don't remember who. I got to feel like it was Teeny.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure maybe, yeah, I think it was just Teeny, but I wouldn't have said that for no reason. Like, somebody said no, I hadn't seen it.
Yeah. That was very impressive also when you opened the coconut last week. I just want to, Andy says we have to cheer for people who do a good job with opening the
Thank you.
coconuts. I just want to give you your flowers for that. So is there anything else that you want to let people know about your experience?
What I want people to know is that it has motivated me even more to go out there and, like, have no limits on your life. Like, I got to freaking play Survivor. And my mindset was that I am going to play Survivor. I'm going to play this game. and it happened. I had the most fun ever. Like literally have never had more fun in my life. And I want every person on the planet to feel that. I want every person on the planet to know there's no limits to your life. You can do anything. You just have to up here know it and believe it. And it playing this game, going through this experience, it proved to me, it made that belief even stronger. And that's soul power. Soul power is
Saul
I can
Power
do
did it.
anything. Yeah, it's like that's my belief in myself. And so I just got a little bit more juice of that playing Survivor. And anyone can believe in themselves that way.
Now that you have all that Saul Power, what are you going to do next?
Whatever comes my way, Rob. Whatever comes my way. You
Okay.
know,
All
I
right.
mean, look, I I've said it multiple times. I would love to play this game again. And if they call me, I'm in, like no doubt. But whatever happens, I'm ready and I'm excited.
All right. Can't wait to see it, Saul. Thank you for making some time, and then looking forward to everything you do next after
Thanks,
Survivor.
Rob.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We'll hook up soon.
Nice. All right,
All
Saul.
right.
Take care.
Thanks,
Bye.
man.